They want attacking, purposeful football all the time. Now we've got our backs against the wall and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard. You've got to show me all the guts and all the determination you've got in your body. You've got to inspire me.
A marvellous kick. That's as good as you'll ever see. And puts player back in front.
I don't know about you guys, but if I see one bloke walking out of here, give the paddle back from people out there for a good effort, I'll spew up.
From inside the centre square. Boys kick the goal. Boys kick the goal. From inside the centre.
Hey Pack, welcome to Danny Boyd, a podcast about that football club that you don't realise is actually in a very good position. That is the Footscray Football Club, Proprietary Limited. They trade as Western Bulldogs, and we are doing it live from the Spread Eagle Hotel. It is our outside broadcast that we did not advertise at all. Steve-O, how you going?
Good to be here. We mixed it up. We're not at Rancho Steve-O, upstairs at the Spready, one of my favourite haunts. You know you can still get a 7-ounce glass here.
Now, what does that mean for those of us under the age of 50?
Well, it's called a pony, isn't it? The little one. So you get a 7-ounce pot, a schooner or a pint.
For those people who have a pot of beer and go, wow, that's just too much.
Yeah, so it's a 7-ounce, and a lot of favourites here, including my good mate, the publican Foz. He likes his 7 ounces, which is outstanding. Every now and then you mix it up. It stays cold. It's old school. It takes you back to the 70s when times were great. So,
mate, I love that. I think any pub like that, you've always got these little like 1%ers in restaurants and pubs that if I see it, I know I'm in a good place. Like one is the little coat hooks under the bar, so you can sit at the bar and hang up your
they've
coat.
got them here too.
Brilliant.
So that's brilliant.
I love this place.
But the variety, I get frustrated, Danny, when you go to a pub and it's either pots or pints.
Yeah, you want a schooner sometimes?
My choice is a schooner.
Yep.
I think schooner's the best size for a beer.
Yep.
And a lot of pubs aren't doing it. It's whether it's a cost saving or being cost effective with the washing and the different glasses.
Yep.
But I think we should put a call out to all the pubs that can do all varieties. There's not many left, but the Riser does 4.
Can I tell you another one? And this will sound weird. You've got to hear me out.
Not the Riser, the Spready.
The Spread Eagle. That's where we are, yeah. But if you go to a Chinese restaurant and there's a neon sign, I'm not talking a new LED. I'm talking an old school neon sign. That is going to be good Chinese food because it has been going since the 80s when neon was in vogue, and they've not bothered changing it because they're focused on the food.
Yeah, I agree. Always look for that. And also the places where you can go for a massage, the ones that flash now open.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure what
getting
that
into
signifies,
dodgy territory
but
here.
there's a lot of cheap flashing neon.
Yeah,
The cheap flashing sort of Temu neon you probably avoid, but the classical stuff I'd go for. Anywhere with a flashing now open that costs $29.99,
yeah,
I think is a red flag, Danny. If you're going down,
it's a red flag for a red light. Okay. How often do you get massages, Steve?
I never do actually. So
right.
I think it's included in my health benefit or whatever, healthcare. But no, it's not really my go.
Okay, but you've still got opinions about the neon signs.
Well, there seems to be a lot of neon signs, particularly here in Richmond.
Oh, yes.
There's a barber that I go to who's got one either side, flashing now opens.
Okay,
and they tend to have rear entrances. So
okay.
I'm not sure what is going on, but it's a growth business, and it's great to go in for a massage. Like I've been in at times to Thai places here in Richmond,
right.
Outstanding establishments. But like
for food or a massage?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So you can't get them at the same place, obviously, but there's options.
Well, that would be
everywhere.
awkward. You're there hoeing into a green curry and someone's rubbing your foot. That's just I wouldn't enjoy that.
Awkward. It's comfort food, though, they call it.
Oh, hell yeah. No, yeah. I'll go for the curry. I don't need my foot rubbed or anything like that. Anyway, this is a Bulldogs podcast for Pete's sake. We are here at the Spread Eagle. We've moved away from Rancho Steve-O, which is where we both watch. We've been at the Top Dogs together, but we never sit together, Steve-O. We've never watched a game of football together, and I've got to say it was an eye-opening experience going to watch Aussie Rules Football at your house. By the way, my comedy show is on Saturday week, Basement Comedy Club. I'm plugging it. Just throwing it in at random spots because I would love the Danny Boyd people to be there. Anyway, I'll just give an insight into everyone about the life that Steve-O leads. I got in at halftime because I'd been working at Have You Been Paying Attention? Got there at halftime, and the rage I walked into, there was Steve-O was just almost hulking out at us missing sitters. And then we kicked 5 goals unanswered.
And some red time goals just before halftime, which always hurts. It tends to be a bit of a common problem. Maybe it's just me. I think our listeners would probably be on board with that the red time goal. So we're down a goal at half time. You turn up. I'm sitting in the love seat, which is enough for 2. It's like a spinning white leather love seat, which I just took over for the day. I normally don't sit there.
Right.
But I took over that as my domain. Jane had her friend Alison there, and then you turn up at half time.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I sat on the couch. I didn't know it was called the love seat, the big recliner thing you were on. It rotates.
Yeah, it spins.
But I did. It's the first thing I asked when I got there. I said, "Has Steve-O gone for a walk?" And Jade said, "He's already been and come back."
I had a brief one before half time. I thought, well, it's an interesting time. I'll just freshen up before Danny comes and then power on through to the second half.
Yes.
So obviously the third quarter went well.
It went very well.
We kicked 5
unanswered goals.
5 or 6. So we were a chance to go up at one stage 30-odd points with Lobby just missed one.
Yep.
They had a few shots late in the third, which
they missed all of them pretty much. Yep.
So I'm thinking,
and then, listeners,
we've got this.
You did not think that.
I thought
liar.
early in the last, I thought we've got it until 8 minutes left. Then they kicked 2 goals in 20 seconds, and I thought, hang on.
He just grabbed his keys, folks, listeners. He just grabbed his keys and went, "I'll see ya." And he went off for a walk, and I was there with your lovely wife Jane and her friend Alison. And so it was, I fully admit I was quite comfortable at this stage.
You were.
I hadn't seen the first half. The frustrations weren't there. I'd just seen us not play amazingly, but play better than Gold Coast. And this, I always talk about there's games that you win and games that the other teams lose. And this is one that they lost, although, we did, I thought, hey, Bont was just so
Look, I thought we deserved to win. But it got to the stage where they kicked 2 in a row. They were kicking with a breeze. And that, as a walker or a footy zombie I've spoken about, it's when you think you've got it and you're 3 goals up and you get nervous, surely we can't have this stolen off us. That's when you go walking. If you're 4 goals down, well, the pain's already been inflicted and you think, whatever. It's a walk when you think something's going to be ripped away. So I timed it, came back, tapped on the door, and we had another drink together, and it was great, Danny. So you saw it firsthand. I thought, I can't do this. I've invited Danny around. I'm being a good host. I've gone and bought him a 6-pack of
thank you.
Carlton Dry.
Yep.
And I had to go for a walk. But anyway, we got back in time and we did some socials on it, and the dogs have had a win.
Absolutely. And this is, I really just want to everyone to just kind of take a breath and a step back and just look at where we're at right now, because we are getting into the most magical time of year of pre-finals, what I call ladder predictor season. I did my first ladder predictor of the year, Steve-O, and I always do one that's just over-the-top confident, and so that had us top 4, winning the flag, very easy. But then I did a realistic one. All right, okay, we're probably not going to beat Freo in Freo, even though, just as part of this step back, I want everyone to know we only lost to the Dockers by 2 goals and we were severely depleted. So anyway, play on. We'll get back to that. I have us finishing... it all depends on whether we beat Melbourne at the G when we play them. If we beat them, I have us finishing 7th and playing St Kilda in the first wildcard round. And if we lose that, I have us finishing 8th and playing Collingwood in the wildcard round. Both very winnable games.
Oh, very winnable games. What do we have to do to get in the top 6? Because obviously that's the positive spin on it.
Oh, yes.
So you've only got us losing one more game to Freo and we still can't make the 6. I think if we win... 4 of our last 5, we should fall into the top 6. But
I was being very generous to the opposition teams. I was giving Geelong a few wins that they probably didn't deserve. Who knows how low Sydney are going to drop? So,
and I think a lot of it's going to come down to that Melbourne game, and of course the Demons haven't lost a game at the G. Just our luck to cop them there. But
is that a Sunday 3:20? Is that their magical
time? No, they
time?
haven't named it yet, Danny. Because
that's right.
they're keeping us hanging.
Why, Steve? I know know I'm lashing out at you, but mostly because halfway through the year I sent you a text going, when is the fixture being released? And you went, today, and it came out. So in my head, you are the god who can release the fixtures. Why isn't it out yet?
Well, I wait. They love the top 10. They love the wild card. They're thinking, how do we make it dramatic? So there's every chance that Bulldogs-Melbourne game could be the last game of the season, like a twilight MCG.
It's not round 24, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah, so there's a chance. That's one of the games I'd have circled that they'll wait until the end for to try and build up as a pre-final.
No.
So the
I
trouble
don't want
is,
it to be on this. Well, I don't want to be on the Sunday because I'm working at having
the trouble is if you're trying to book things, it's damn hard. At least there's no interstate games in this period for the Dogs. But when you're trying to plan your life and you want to go to local footy or watch the kids or do whatever.
Well, it's my birthday late August. I'm trying to organise a function.
Okay. Yeah.
And also we've got a great game. Our first women's match is August 22nd, which is the round before the final men's round. And we're playing the Tigers at Whitten Oval. That's always a revenge match against Monconti and Katie Brennan. And that's at like 5 o'clock on the Saturday. And I'd love to go. But if I have to work at the men's game, I can't lock anything in, Steve.
No. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. That'll be big.
Have you got any rumourings from Zero Hanger of when they're
No, I haven't, but I'd circle that game as a chance to be a late Sunday game. It's just because it's so important to the rest of the finals, the way it's going. Look, 13 wins will be enough for wild card. 12 maybe even enough. So if the Dogs get over Richmond this week, and of course GWS losing to Essendon, which was extraordinary.
It was.
We watched that together, didn't we?
We watched the third quarter together, and we were both very surprised how much we were going for Essendon about how it like. We've grown up in the 80s and 90s when Essendon were the big bats. You know, they're our annoying neighbours. They are the Ned Flanders of the western suburbs. They're going, hey, I've won 16 Premier League dealerships.
Yeah.
And we go, yeah, shut up, Flanders. We got 2. But now you're looking at them and you were cheering them on.
Oh, definitely, because that's pushed GWS back even further. I'd go as far to say, look, I don't want this to be the case, but we could make the wild card by beating Richmond this week and then losing the last 4.
Oh, really?
Which is extraordinary.
That would still have us 8th, would it?
Yeah, so that's a chance. But obviously you back yourself in to beat North. You got Carlton to come. So there's certainly some winnable games coming up, and should beat North and Carlton and Richmond this week if they're serious, the Doggies.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left. And, yeah, we should win 3 of them, absolutely, and that is Richmond, North, and Carlton when we're finally playing some bottom.
Yeah,
and Carlton's a bit of a revenge match, but
so to be 11-7, Danny, after everything that's happened, 4-0 obviously, but to lose Darcy, Bont was banged up, Richards was banged up.
Yeah,
there's been sort of a series of injuries happened throughout. Libba was out, you got Butterick out, and Bailey Dale out.
Yep.
It hasn't been smooth sailing. Bailey Williams was out, and he was sensational. So we missed him for 6 or so weeks.
And remember, and there was a lot of talk of Fraser this week being dropped, but then elevated again. I thought he did an all right job. But something that just blew my mind: Fraser's only 20. He just feels
he looks older.
He looks older. He played older when he's in form. He's only 20, and that's the thing. This we actually had one of our listeners, Shane, send me a whole bunch of stuff, and he feels like right now we're in a very similar situation to that Dogs era that was carried through by Grant, West Senior, Brad Johnson, Rowan Smith, and Luke Darcy. There's 5 greats at our club. And while they're great, are they papering over the cracks before the 99 draft when we brought in like Cooney and Griffin, and they gave us some depths, but that depth didn't come through to 06. Like, we feel a bit in between. And bringing in Butters would just be so unlike the Dogs, because can you think of in our lifetime when a big name recruit was available and they went to the Dogs?
Yes, I can.
Who you got?
Well, he's not here today.
Well, Tom Boyd.
Yes.
Well,
that was big. That was the number one pick.
But he was unproven at that point.
Yeah, but it was still a number one pick. A big name, gettable. Wow, that was left field. That is the equivalent as far as a headline story as Butters, from where it came from.
Oh, Tom Boyd. With all due respect to my pod brother, he's not
a number one pick. I know he couldn't make it today, but I'm going to sort of give it feather in his cap here. That was the last time that we really nailed a big one.
Well, I'm saying I would say that an even bigger one, like a bigger like household name player going to the Dogs. I can only really think of one in my lifetime, and we didn't get him because he thought the Dogs were brilliant. He was unemployed. Jason Ackermanis.
Yes, Acker was good, but he was at the sort of tail end. Jade Rawlings was quite a big deal at the time.
Ah, that's right.
But we came up with it was called the Veal deal. It was something crazy. He didn't really want to come.
No, he wanted to be at Richmond
so we
with
got
his brother.
him in begrudgingly in the end, but he was a big deal for us at that stage. We needed a key forward, so we got Jade Rawlings in. The listeners will remember a lot of names.
Well, Barry Hall, but again, these
Barry
are all...
Hall was big, but it was at the tail end. Bernard Toohey.
Oh, I love Bernard Toohey.
He was great. We got him at the tail end again. So there's more guys, to finish their career.
Richard Osman was another one.
Ozzy, who was fantastic.
Nicky Winmore. Don't talk about that one.
Paul Hudson.
Paul Hudson was a great one.
Really
okay, all right.
So we've done that level.
Butters is regarded as pretty much, in the top 5 players in the league, and he's allegedly coming to us.
Yeah.
Like, this is unfounded territory.
It is.
And I feel this... We just do seem to be, and this is what Shane, our listener, was telling me, of we've got Bont, and Bont's coming towards, the final third of his career, and we don't want to be wasting that, but we're also, his support acts are also young. Are we spreading ourselves too thin? Is it like, Van Damme doing the splits over some toxic acid in the film Time Cop, if you know the visuals of what I'm talking about? And that's what he's worried about, but Butters coming in would just be so magical. Have you got any updates on that?
No, I'm still confident.
Still confident,
maybe
all right.
not quite as confident as I was last week. I had a bit of pushback from what I said on Zero Hanger.
Oh, really?
A bit hard.
From who?
I can't say. There was a few question marks.
Was
but
it the new Tasmania coach?
No. Just sources.
Okay.
I'm still standing by that we're in front, but it may be a bit closer than what I said. But we hang in there. Jordan Butt's the other one, still looking positive.
Yep.
Look, it'd be sensational for the footy club. And I'm looking at these games too, Danny, and every time I think, well, Butters will be impressed with the way we're going about it. We're winning. You don't want to be losing games because Butters might say, look, I don't think their future's that great.
Yeah.
So us winning at the moment not only seals a wild card and gives us a sniff, I think it certainly helps with Butters because he's looking at Richmond like they're not going too well.
Oh, no.
Geelong, are on the bit of a slippery dip as well, although Geelong and probably will end up getting several recruits, including Toby Green.
That's right. Yeah, they will have the entire AFL, and we'll just have Bont and Libba and Ed, and everyone else plays for Geelong.
But the other good news about Libba, obviously, did an interview with my old mate Glenn McFarlane at the Herald Sun and said that he wants to go on next year.
Yeah.
We kind of half assumed this would be his last year, but he said definitely next year will be my last.
Okay.
And I think it should be, I've said this before, it should be Libba's call.
Absolutely. Yeah,
he's like a
more.
Pendlebury case for us.
Yes.
He deserves the chance to make his own call. And if he says, I want one more year and I'll definitely finish next year, that's fine.
Yeah, and what we don't... Because you got to also remember the legacy that Libba will have. Libba will be, if he wants to, be doing sportsman's nights for the rest of forever. We don't want him to have a negative experience with the Bulldogs. Like your cousin Doug Hawkins was... tragically delisted and played his last year at Fitzroy. So he's always got that little bit of a sting in the tail when he's talking about his career. And I would hate for Libba to do that. I want Libba's Sportsman's Night stories to talk about how brilliant the Bulldogs was, winning the flag, all the weird stuff.
I can't see Libba doing Sportsman's Nights.
Can you? Well,
maybe he
Libba,
can transform himself into something because he's not he doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't string many sentences together. As smart as he is, it's not his style to sort of be too, what's the term?
Eloquent or
no, he's eloquent,
loquacious.
But effusive.
Effusive is good.
Yeah, so he can be elusive from a media, but not effusive.
I could see him doing a poetry slam. I could see him doing Shakespeare. You never know with Libba.
Yeah.
For all we know, he's going to be the first man to walk on Mars. Who knows?
You never know. So that's the other story at the moment. And here on Bridge Road, as the sirens go past.
Let me just do my dad joke. I hope you can all hear that siren. It seems a fire engine or something. But as I am a dad, it is my obligation to say, He's not going to sell much ice cream going at that speed.
Not bad. Not as good as my joke. My dad's joke last.
Listeners, he's been dining out on this. I've got to be like 3 texts from him going, hey, Hawthorn undies. It's good gear.
I replayed it.
Gear.
I played it to my wife, my kids, everybody. They didn't
How'd
find
they go?
it as funny. Not as great. But I even
Welcome to my world, mate.
Even replayed it zero hanger to the people there, the young crew there. They didn't quite embrace it as much as I thought. But
Mate, Van Gogh only sold 1 painting in his whole life.
The other funny thing, Danny, and it was going around last night again, you know, the viral video of Bevo dancing? You know?
The 28-year-old male does this,
But it does look like Bevo, but they put one out last night and it said Bevo couldn't wait to get to the Burleigh Pavilion. So I find it funny every time I see it. What's the theme song? It's the...
I don't know. Do you know it's so weird how my brain will get annoyed about something inaccurate in that, because it does look like Bevo. I fully admit that. However, when it was first launched after we beat Brisbane, they said he was at the Caxton Hotel. Now, when I do gigs in Brisbane, I do them at the Sit Down Comedy Club, which is about 400 metres from the Caxton Hotel. That's not the Caxton. The Caxton's where I go for a beer after my gig. That ain't the Caxton.
Yeah.
It just annoyed me.
Yeah, but it looks like him, and people are conned. I've had high-profile supporters.
Yep.
Even a mate of mine texted Bevo.
Oh, really?
To say, is that really you? So people were sucked in by it. It does look like him.
Mate,
With a sweaty back, everything.
If we win the grand final this year, wouldn't it be great if Bevo then just does the dance like because like when we won the flag in 2016, he did the whole I'd like to get Bob Murphy up here, and everyone cheered, and he goes, all right, it's time for me to party. Turns around, they blast whatever that song is, he does the dance.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Love it. So I always laugh at it every time I see it, particularly when they say Burleigh Pavilion. You know, he's straight there after the game. It's just I'm sure most people have seen it by now.
I'd say so, but if you haven't, it's part of the online collective. I do want to just circle back to watching the footy at your place, Steve-O. There was there's a lot of banter going on. There's a lot of yelling at the TV, which I loved. But your delightful wife, Jane, who is a very gentle soul and let's be honest, a very patient woman.
Yeah, she is. I thought you were going to say a good sort.
And she is a good sort.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll say she's a good sort. But when Petrarca got done for throwing the ball, do you remember this? Oh, maybe you were out for a walk.
I might have been out on a walk.
Oh, mate, you got to have a look at this. It's one. They even said it on the couch last night. It was one of the most blatant throws of all time.
He didn't get pinged.
Oh, he did get pinged. Yeah,
Right.
But he was fighting with the umpire going,
Oh, no, I was here. I was here.
Both of you, both Jane and Steve-O, just went, stick that in your bolognese, Petrarca.
No, Jane said it first.
Yeah, you joined in. And
spaghetti bowl.
Put it, and then she went on this diatribe about how his recipes were crap.
Because it's all about his recipes. It's nothing to do with his, where he's from or whatever. It's his recipes.
Oh yeah. No, of course. No, don't think that that's an Italian sledge. No.
It's not an Italian sledge. It's his recipes.
Yes.
Now, I find his recipes quite simple.
Well, and I love this chat. You were going, he just put some jar sauce on some mince.
Well, I was a bit harsh.
No, that's terrible.
He put some dolmio over the top of some mince.
Yeah, that's and now I'm going his heritage.
Into it.
Any real Italian would be spinning in their grave for that.
Yeah, it's maybe not that extreme, but he does keep it simple, and my son Will thinks it's great. And his girlfriend look at Petrarca's recipes, and they're fantastic.
Well, you got to learn somewhere, basic.
Yeah,
like
I thought that was really funny when Jane said that.
I know.
Because it's been an ongoing joke in our house, and I look at some of the recipes are a bit ho-hum.
Yep.
But that's fine. It's got a good following.
Totally. Yeah. Do you remember the ad? I think I complained about this years ago, but it's still sticking in my craw. Do you remember the ad he did for cash converters a few years ago where like people were going to buy things from cash converters and he was there sort of running through the aisles, grabbing things? There was a bit where someone had like an Xbox and he pretty much rips it out of their hands and takes it there. And I went, what a metaphor for the 2021 grand final.
Oh, yeah. So
there's a working class person trying to get a cheap Xbox to get some entertainment. And there's the guy on the multi-million dollar contract ripping it out of their hands.
Terrible. And I still haven't seen the last quarter.
No, why would you?
Of that game.
Why
I gave
would you?
up. It was 15 points, but you could just tell the momentum. But Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
let's
best
not talk about
that. But no, that was Jane sort of lost it. She can lose it a little bit.
She can.
The fact that she had a friend there sort of tempered things. But
Oh, really? So
yeah.
I thought Alison was firing her up. Actually, I do have something for the Patreons after. There was a very interesting discussion we had whilst you were out at your walk that I'm going to bring up with the Patreons. But look, we've only got a little bit of time because Steve-O's on his lunch break from Zero Hanger. And as is any hard-working journalist, he's come to the pub.
Yeah. Tempted to have a pot and a eggplant parma.
Oh, yes. The eggplant parma, how's it? That's because you are pescatarian, famously. Is that your go-to comfort food?
Not really, but if you're desperate and it's parma night, you might have an eggplant parma.
Yep.
I think they're underrated. A good eggplant parma done well is sensational. Just thinly fried, well crumbed.
Yep.
It's got a lot going for it. So I know that most listeners would probably say you're kidding yourself to get an eggplant one on Parma night.
Well, hey, going back to the original thing we spoke about, of things that annoy you about pubs and restaurants, I'm always annoyed on your behalf. I'm omnivorous, I eat everything, but I'm annoyed on vegetarians' behalf when the eggplant parma costs the same as the chicken parma.
Yeah, well,
that's a disgrace.
It probably is. I think on Parma night they do that same price, but normally a couple of dollars cheaper.
It should be like $10 cheaper because nothing
it's
died.
It's a slice of eggplant.
Yeah,
nothing
mate.
died.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be processed. It's just a big eggplant. But
Yep.
they do some ripping things here at the Spready, renowned for their potato cakes.
Yeah, mate, we're up here in the upstairs. It's a good, we're in a good little room here. We could do, if we make finals, this is what I'm thinking. You talk to your...
We'll talk to Foz.
We'll talk to Foz. We could have like a pre-game function here for the Danny Boyd listeners. Wild card function where we're just going to, could be you, me, Boydie, and we could have a chat to the listeners, preview the game, maybe watch some highlights up on that screen. Get Gigs in to do some facts. Oh, Gigs has got some great facts. Let's do that now.
Gigs facts. Danny asks the questions and Boydie reacts. So sit on back and relax. Put on your thinking caps because we're gonna do the Gigs facts.
Mate, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. He emailed me just as I was leaving to come and record this. Gigs has outdone himself. This is my favourite facts forever. Okay, here we go. Got number one, we're doing an omen watch here. It's an omen watch. We're just looking out for little signs for positivity or negativity, but this is a positive one. In all the years that Collingwood has recorded a final score of 14,690 at the MCG, which they did on Saturday against Carlton, the Dogs have made the grand final.
So it's only happened twice?
It's happened 3 times, 2016, 2021.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's happened twice. And this is the third time. Sorry, this is the third time.
Well, that's extraordinary.
Yeah, isn't it?
We're in this.
We're in. The reverse 7-11. We're in uncharted win-loss territory. This is the first time in the Bevo era we've been 11-7 after 18 games. Only 3 seasons have been better. 14-4 in 21, 12-6, 15 and 16. So we're in the third or fourth best year of Bevo's tenure, and we're all acting negative.
Yeah, I agree. I just think the 11-7's been a great effort.
Brilliant.
I mean, people were coming after Bevo not too long ago.
Yeah. A few of our listeners.
That puts it into context that really in most seasons that'd have you vying for, certainly you're in the top 6, still with a crack at the top 4.
Yeah.
So it's, 11-7, to go 12-7 takes it to another level. So really the one thing about Bevo, and we've said this before, haven't bottomed out.
No, absolutely not. We have beat the 4 teams that are above us on the ladder. We've beaten them all. We have beaten them all. And we almost beat the Dockers, as I mentioned before, with a depleted side. Sydney, they've spanked us both times.
But it's been hard work, a grind.
Them.
That's why there's been a lot of walking this year.
Yeah.
Nothing's come easily, has it? There's hardly ever been a game where we've put teams away quickly.
Yeah.
So it's different to last year. We just do a quick kill. kill off teams in 15 minutes.
Let's hope we do it this week against Richmond.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we need the percentage. So I'm going to go to the final bit here. This is Gigs from Gordon Street update, which I'm quite happy with that name he's given himself. Gigs from Gordon Street, which is the opposite of Danny from Droop Street. Now, there might be some younger listeners. Danny from Droop Street was a character on the Could Have Been Champions.
Right. It's
Bulldogs fan who was always negative.
Yeah, being called Droop's not great.
Well, Droop Street is real in Footscray.
Not good connotations, Danny.
No.
I know that it's real, Droop Street, but it's not one of the great street names. I grew up in Swallow Street, Shepparton.
Oh, there we go.
So that was all.
So your porn name must be, what is, your first pet and the first
I never
street
really
you live
thought
in?
of it that way.
What was your first pet called?
Sparky.
Sparky Swallow.
Yeah, that's
yes! Yes!
It's one of the best. Hard to beat.
Oh, Sparky Swallow is just like, why are we not calling you that forever?
That's right. But when I, growing up, obviously, I envisaged the bird.
The swallow. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, nothing else.
That's okay.
Yeah.
My first goldfish was called Otto.
Right.
And the first street I lived in was Wales Street, as in Wales, the country, which isn't that great a porn name. But if you say it with a Latino accent, Otto Juarez,
oh, okay.
then you sound better.
Yeah.
Otto Juarez and Sparky Swallow.
Nobody will beat Sparky Swallow.
No one's beating Sparky Swallow. That's just that should be his name, Sparky Swallow. Like no one beats Sparky Swallow. Anyway, Gigs from Gordon Street is pointing out, if we beat Richmond by 109 points, that brings our percentage back up to 100.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're still 109 behind. Okay, I like it.
Yep.
Let's go out and try and do it. We've just sort of been stuck in that low 90s percentage area for that long.
Yeah. It's because
Really, it's been all year. We haven't had many fluctuations,
No.
which is not a bad thing, but it's going to impact us a little bit. It makes it a lot harder. You're virtually a game behind the others.
Yeah, but hey, as I always say around this time of year, we've won it from 7th. We can win it from 10th.
Yeah. And we won it from 7th. People say, the Dogs were lucky they only finished 7th. But when you look back on it, we were 15-7.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a bloody good 7th.
That's right.
And then
With our captain out.
So it's not as if we were 7 at 12 and 10.
Yeah.
So people say, you finished 7th. But I always remind people, 15 wins, that's a significant year. So it was an artificial 7. 7th. It was better than that. It was better than 7.
Yeah, it's a false 7.
False, yeah.
So where will you be watching Saturday night, Mark? Sparky?
I'll be Top Dogs.
Oh, brilliant. So
That's
will I.
Bulldogs' home game, isn't it?
It is?
Yep, Top
and
Dogs.
It's multicultural round, so,
Yeah,
be
and
sure
speaking of that, Nick Johnston, who the real estate guru and son of Alan, the number 1 ticket holder.
Yeah.
He and his wife Lexi have booked a Chinese restaurant for multicultural round.
Wow.
Early, 5 o'clock.
Has it got-
Chinatown. They've got some.
Has it got
great
neon?
little-
Has it got neon?
will
That's
have
all right.
Some little place they go. So we're doing a pre-game Chinese meal.
Got to say, that's like the whitest multicultural meal you can have.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a bowl of Krisha Petrarca's bolognese.
No, but it's it's classy Chinese.
Yeah, and I like multicultural round. Like, I think I genuinely love when I'm on the train going to Bulldogs game and you see new Australians with thick accents wearing Bulldogs colours. I am proud that
you don't
we
hear
are.
that term "New Australians" much, do you?
No, well,
growing up, everyone talked about New Australians.
Oh, is it dated, is it? I don't know. It
think
feels
it
wrong
has.
saying immigrants or
Yeah,
I don't want to go
like
all
it either.
Pauline
New
Hanson.
Australians a lovely thing to say, but
Yep.
growing up, we called them New Australians. The Italian family next door were New Australians.
Yep. Well, man, I was New Australian. My parents came here just before I was born. So,
Yeah.
anyway. But
growing
I
up
love
in-
seeing, Africans and Asian. I just love that we are a multicultural club.
Yeah. No, I love it. We embrace it.
Yes.
And, we'll be doing our best. I'm not sure exactly where we're going. It's in a back lane in Chinatown somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Nick raves about it.
Okay.
He loves his Peking duck, which I won't be having, but
yeah.
we might do a steamed barramundi or something.
Now we're talking. Bit of fresh
Beautiful.
ginger. That'd be awesome. All right. Yep. I will see you all there. I'm hopefully emceeing in the social club as well. But if we see
What's
any...
Kev up to?
Kev is he's doing the. I have no idea what the roster is, but I'll be there with my kids, including the girl who is the good luck charm. So
Yes.
yeah,
I probably no doubt have to babysit them at some stage while you go off and do 2 jobs at once.
let's find out. All right, we're going to slip behind the paywall. Thank you, everyone, and don't forget my comedy show Saturday week, Basement Comedy Club. Please grab your tickets. We're over half full, and if you're sick of me plugging it, well, I'm sick of doing that as well. Go Dogs.
Gave my childhood to that roar of the red, white and blue sea, and the knowledge that you had two loves, the Bulldog boys and me. 20 years on, I feel that longing hanging in September air. But the reason I go every week is to pretend you're still there. And they will find the glory one day, and I will throw it at your feet. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Foot's grey streets. Long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Foot's grey streets.